isn't it?
Before we head back to camp, Amelum had asked us to come to the Society of Brilliance, so here we are.
Ah, a fellow inhabitor of the Underdark. You find yourself in the cradle of knowledge relating to our subterranean home, the Society of Brilliance. Tell me, what can the Society do for you?
I met two of your researchers in the Underdark, Blurg and Amelum.
A wonderful research partnership. I'm sure you'll agree. They are upstairs if you wish to share any theories with them.
Got it.
It is pleasurable to see you. Your intervention within the cult's underwater complex was a timely one. I am glad my carelessness did not cost the life of Duke Ravengard. That you also saved me was unexpected.
I'd no idea your expectations of me were so low.
It was not a judgment on your abilities. It was simply the result of my calculations, given the likely outcomes of such a rescue attempt. I believed my life to be of the least value in the equation, but I am grateful to have it, as is the Society. Blurg and I have consulted on the matter of your reward. We first thought to ask the denizens of the Underdark for their aid in fighting the cult. Alas, our influence there remains negligible. Instead, we have selected a series of items from the Society's vaults. Given my kind's involvement in creating this evil, it is only right that I do my part in helping you defeat it, or at least improving your odds.
How do you pass through the city streets without exciting opprobrium?
I adopt the illusory appearance of someone else. You, for example.
Oh, that doesn't seem right.
Omeluum tells me I have you to thank for its safe return. We know the risks when we go out into the field, but to lose my friend in such a way would have been most disheartening.
Bravery is no bad thing. In fact, your research could be invaluable for my cause.
If there's any conclusion to be drawn from this, I think it's that Omeluum and I are safest back in the Underdark. Our research there must continue. We may not be able to fight on the front lines as you do, but we may yet do some good for those who call it home. We'll depart when this absolute army is defeated. I understand you are involved in the matter. I hope our gifts will provide you with some meaningful assistance in fighting the evil Omeluum uncovered. Do let us know how you get on. So your escape from the Iron Throne was a narrow one?
Indeed. I find I now have an irrational fear of deep water.
That's done. Time to regroup back at camp. Oh, I forgot Ravengard's here.
First you cleave my heart in twain, now you shatter it to pieces. My son a monster. Twisted beyond recognition. To think my blood flows through those veins. Is this my fate? To be freed from Gortash's hell, only to be trapped in yours?
It isn't what you think. It never was.
You turned your back on me, on your city, to chase the she-devil and her power. She stinks up the place even now. It is exactly what I think.
I'm beginning to think we should have let you drown.
No, please. Father, let me show you.
Ravenguard's tadpole clenches as your memories and wills flow into him.
My tears runes. I'm in your mind.
The Grand Duke sees Mizora and her infernal sisters. He sees the agony in Will's face as an impossible choice is set before him.
No. My son.
The past becomes present, and Will's thoughts are laid bare. Ravenguard sees Will partnering with Mizora to defeat Tiamat's cultists before they could lay siege to Baldur's Gate, and he sees everything beyond. The Nautiloid journey, the perilous path to Moonrise, the astral prism, and the Emperor within.
Well,
Everything I did for Baldur's Gate. I did for you.
Nyxx is pretty sick of insensitive parents, so they'll just roll their eyes.
my son. You sold your soul to save Baldur's Gate, and I cast you out for it. You gave yourself to the Hell's eternal fires so I might walk free. By the gods. Can you ever forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive. You wanted to protect the city. I only ever wanted the same.
You are a better man than most, and a better son than I deserve. I'll yet make amends, but my duty is first and foremost to the city and its people. There's something I must ask of you.
Let's talk later.
As you say, but not too much later. I know a way to defeat the Absolute, and it lurks in the darkness below the city's streets.
Yeah, Nyxx thinks Uldur's full of it, so we're not going to investigate the Legend of the Dragon in this playthrough at least.
Let's talk.
Reunited with your father. How does it feel?
It's complicated. There's the joy of reconciliation, the relief of forgiveness, and the anxiety of new expectation. It's a flurry of emotion. I'm not sure how to make sense of it.
Focus on the relief. Finally, your father knows the truth.
Relief? My last 7 years have been defined by the secrets I carried. I feel light as a feather now that I've shed them. When I left the city, my father saw only a boy carrying the stench of the hells. Now, he sees the man I'm made of myself. Once all this is ended, once we've crushed the brain and freed the people, I could once more call Baldur's Gate home. Whether I return there, well, only time will tell.
Speaking of other playthroughs, I love Nyxx so much, but I am already thinking of doing another campaign after this, so I'd love your feedback on what character I do next. Just check out my most recent community post. Please and thank you.
Another letter from Orin.
Well, I was planning on going after Gortash next, but now that Orin's telling us to, I don't wanna. No, just kidding. We're gonna go after him next anyways.
It's hard to keep a good woman down, isn't it, Karlach?
I don't know. You managed it for a solid decade.
I never meant to harm you, dear. Merely to help you realize your vast potential.
You sent me to the Hells. You let Zariel take my heart, as though any of it was yours to give away.
The greater good, Karlach. Something I wouldn't expect you to understand.
You feel no regret, do you? All right. How about fear, then?
You can't hurt me, you need me. Whether you and your friend realize it or not.
do we now?
Never mind that, Gortash. We've heard all we need from the likes of you.
You ought to reconsider. Divided, the Elder Brain will create an illithid army, yourself included in its ranks. Together, we can tame it. I'm sorry you feel wronged by how things ended between us all those years ago. But now, we must look to the future.
You make it sound like we were lovers. Or friends. But that wasn't it. I trusted you. I respected you. It was my job to protect you. And that's what I did. I was so young. I didn't recognize evil when I saw it. When you turned on me, I was too dumbstruck to realize what was happening. No way he'd hurt me, I thought. He betrayed me for reasons I still don't quite understand. But I suppose evil has no real cause. It just is. Until it isn't.
You utter brat! You're going to burn this place down.
Good.
Say goodbye, Gortash.
No, you have to stop her. Do it, now!
Let's see how quickly we can do this.
All right then.
Stunning Strike is always the first move. Next, we want to use lightning damage on these force curtains so that Gortash can't use them.
Bye forever, pal.
And I definitely want to send Karlach after Gortash because she deserves to smack the crap out of him.
Say bye-bye.
For the fallen. Into battle.
Oh, want to pick that up before it explodes. Almost Gortash's turn again, so let's use Stunning Strike one more time.
To die.
You know, I've been saving up these arrows of many targets, so let's use one.
On the way.
My turn.
treats us all. But not today. We do what we must.
Whoa, I think that's the first time anybody successfully pushed Nyxx. Oh no. So move out of the way of that.
Good idea, I think.
Done.
So Gortash is nothing more than a pile of flesh? Same as the rest of us.
We'll go with the stoic. You can sense she's working something out. Say nothing.
I feel like there should be a sunset for me to ride off into. Or an orchestral swell, or something. But there's nothing, is there? I killed the bastard who ruined my life, and my prize is that I get to crawl into a corner and die. Am I fucking missing something?
Again, what is there to say?
I can't do it anymore. 10 years, man! It's enough! It's enough. He's dead. And he's no fucking sorrier now than he was before. What was the point? I'm still dying. I'm dying. I'm going to die.
Karlach, it doesn't need to be this way. You can still return to Avernus.
I don't want to go back to hell. I shouldn't have to. I want to live. I want to live here, in my home, with my own heart. My heart. It was mine. And they took it. I'm going to be as dead as a Gortash any day now. Any moment. And what then? Off to the City of Judgment to waste into oblivion? Into the dirt to get eaten by maggots? Is that it for me? Is that fucking all? And you'll just keep going, won't you? Watching the stars, warming your hands on the campfire, dancing, eating, making fucking love all night. All of it, all of it! That's my reward for everything I suffered. That's why I survived 10 years of torment. The fighting, the clawing, the loneliness, the fucking loneliness. All of it so I could rot. Because the person I trusted the most gave me away to the devil. It isn't fair. I don't want it like this.
I would do anything to change it. But I just can't.
You could try. You got a wish spell in that pack of yours. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
That's for you to decide.
I ought to just end it all now. On my terms. But then who'd save this godforsaken town? Let's get out of here. I've always hated this place. Stupid fucking gigantic bridge or whatever. I think I need to go to camp for a while. Be alone. Scream at the sky. You can come and find me later if you want to. Thanks for listening. For existing. Love you.
Mama Kay.
Karlach needs time. Space. But more than this, I think. She needs to know she is not alone.
But she is alone. She's going to die.
That's a fate we'll all share, sooner or later. But speaking as one who has managed to put it off for so long, trust me, with the grand wisdom of centuries, I can make no more sense of this than you.
I'm still thinking about Karlach. About what she said. God. There really is no justice in the world.
Howling like a great wind through a canyon. It engulfs your mind, drowns your senses. Above the hell rises a screech, gleeful and maniacal. It is the way and the truth. Absolute.
Leave them alone.
The screech quiets, the howl fades. Your mind is hollow, save one lone voice.
Bane's chosen has fallen. His netherstone is yours. You have done well.
What just happened?
You heard the Elder Brain. It's regaining its autonomy. It cries not from pain, but exaltation. We must stop it before it breaks free. One netherstone remains. Orin's. We must find her and take it from her. After that, we take control of the brain. And you should start wondering what you will do then.
I will put an end to it.
We shall see.
Hey, soldier. You're back.
Still soldier after everything we've been through, huh?
Old habits. Did I miss anything while I was off having a sulk?
Nothing important.
That's a change. Seems like world-shattering revelations are coming at us from every angle these days. You know, soldier, we're so fucked. The Dark Three are trying to consume the Sword Coast. We've still got tadpoles in our eyes, and I've got a ticking time bomb in my chest. I'm not sure anyone has ever been more fucked than this. And yet, we're fine. In this moment, we're fine. Here I am. There you are. Breathing, talking, even laughing if we want. Is it very precious to say that, despite it all, I'm happy?
Very precious indeed.
Gods, I've changed. I used to hamstring pit fiends for fun. Look at me now. To make matters worse, there's something I wanted to ask you. Will you stay with me when it's time for me to go? I think I can do anything if you're there. Even die.
Of course I'll be there, Karlach. Whatever you want. Thank you.
Now, enough tragedy, I'm not gone yet, and our schedule is packed with important heroics, isn't it? Plus, if I cry any more, I'm gonna run out of tears and start leaking motor oil. Thanks for everything, soldier. I'm extremely glad to be in this thing together.
It is splendid to see you again, my friend. If you hadn't saved me from that mob, I'd be penning a guide to the afterlife based on first-hand experience. Perhaps you would hazard a guess as to why the mob turned on me?
I just assumed decades of spreading lies and misinformation had caught up with you.
Nonsense! It is my dedication to truth that endangers my well-being, and I have uncovered the most startling truth imaginable. The Lord of Murder has returned. As he did 100 years ago, Baal has set his accursed sights on Baldur's Gate, and his temple runs red with the blood of the innocent. And just as then, he has more than one chosen to manifest his gruesome plot. He has Orin, and he has you.
Baal does not have me. I reject his influence.
I see that. You have at least a measure of self-control. But Baal's inheritance is not shrugged off so easily. The heart of a Baal spawn is a flipped coin that lands on its edge. Yours is a family set on self-slaughter. When there are two or more, they will destroy one another until a single heir to the throne of blood remains. In times gone by, there was an errant-hearted Baal spawn who stood against his foul father and brother, Saravok. Optimist that I am, I hope you are of similar heroic vintage.
I'm afraid I'll never be a hero. My urges compel me to do terrible things.
If you did not have the strength to resist those urges, you would have become a savage beast long ago. I believe you will save this city. And I'd like to help the only way I know how, with a guidebook. This one did not flow from my quill, but from that of the wizard Irenicus. It is a study of the Slayer, and may give you a much-needed edge when you face Baal's Chosen.
What is the Slayer?
The Dream Eater. It is said the children of Baal are claimed throughout their sleep, ever disturbed by visions of a life of bloodshed and terror. Once they have seen too much, once these dreams drive their minds to break, they are beset by the Slayer. It is a beast of unspeakable violence that consumes all in its path, including the soul of the one who is host to it.
Well, this is a daunting task. I should begin my preparations now.
I am a living witness to Baal's defeat those 100 years ago. So I know your battle against him is not futile. He can be stopped, but not all of those who stood against him survived. And those who did were never the same again. I wish you luck, my friend. And I hope that when I see you again, you'll be in one piece. 2 or 3 at most.
A letter from Orin. What does she want?
We've waited long enough. It's time to go slay the Slayer.